Ever since the outbreak of the war between Israel and the Palestinians in Gaza and later elsewhere, the United States is increasingly caught up in a quagmire or in a dilemma. And the United States has demonstrated a high level of double standards or hypocrisy. Why? Because on the one hand, the United States has been supplying arms and money to Israel as urgently as it could. On the other hand, the United States has done something which seemingly are aimed at providing more humanitarian support to the Palestinian people. Now, the Americans also tried airdropping some supplies to people in Gaza, but the overall result is very dismal. And many US allies, for example, have risen up in indignation, condemning the atrocities committed by the Israeli forces and calling for immediate ceasefire. Now, what the United States has been doing is that each time when the resolution was submitted and reviewed by the United Nations Security Council, calling for ceasefire again and again and again, it was blocked and vetoed by the United States. Now, this puts the United States in the quagmire on the international scene. What is even more disturbing is what military officer Bushnell did by burning himself to death, by calling for ceasefire and calling for no complicity by the US government in the atrocities committed by Israel against the Palestinian people. This puts tremendous amount of pressure on the American government. They wanted to continue to support Israel. They continue to block the United Nations Security Council resolutions. But on the other hand, they are also faced with increasing indignation. The United States doesn't seem to demonstrate any real commitment and willingness to end the atrocities by Israel against the innocent people in Gaza. That's the problem. And the Gaza crisis seems to be fast turning into a chip in the presidential election. You look at Donald Trump versus Joe Biden, you look at how they talk about the crisis in Gaza and how to deal with the Israeli government or the defense forces in Israel. They probably want to do this not to solve the problem and the crisis immediately, but to gain some more votes by playing some electoral tactics, one way or another. I think the only right thing is to calm down the situation, achieve ceasefire right away. This is the least that the United States should do. But I don't think the United States government is sparing resources or attention to do the right thing in that direction. This is a sad time. And I think the American people are sick of this.